Anabolic Academy with me, Uncle John, and Danny Broadhurst, brought to you only on Serious Insulin is Bodybuilding. What's up, Big Dan?
What's going on?
That's like my intro voice. It's not, my voice doesn't change. I think my like, what is it? What is it called when you go, oh,
Yeah, like the guy who
whatever
does the all the sports things, right?
yeah,
Ready to
that's
rumble. Let's get
yeah,
ready.
right. All right, so we got a few questions, nothing crazy. But we
Oh,
got
you got to interview Ryan too, right?
I have not checked my Instagram, but I do want to interview
Yeah,
him.
he's getting one for Foster.
Ryan Foster. He is a newly pro. He won the nationals last year, right? And I just also interviewed Stu Sutherland, which everybody knows him as Beef Stew, who won the USA's. So we're getting the young blood in and interviewing him, before anybody else does. And I was checking out your dude on Instagram, and he is one big motherfucker. Holy shit. He is a monster. How tall is he?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a little dude,
Probably
man.
five, 5'8", something like that.
Oh yeah? Okay, because he looks much taller, but maybe it's just the
And maybe he's
pictures.
taller.
But he is a big dude. Wow. Okay.
Nice guy.
And I did not get as much of a reaction as I would have liked to from Nathan Diasher, because I watched the reaction video he had with Desktop when he released his off-season picks, and he was really getting it in as far as the negative comments he was getting. But during that time, he actually admitted that, he goes to the gym and he just kind of like chills and works out with his boys and shoots the shit, which is kind of like the complete opposite of what a pro bodybuilder normally does. Usually going there, it's all business,
Yep.
I don't know. What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think everybody has their own. Some people have to work harder than others, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think that's the truth. And I think that's a lot of bodybuilders don't want to admit. But
Yeah.
all right, let's jump right into the questions. The first one's pretty simple, which is, how do I lose body fat? So, I mean, you can go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the first thing's diet. I think and depending on um you definitely want to be in a calorie restriction, and I like to do it depending on the time of day. Like earlier in the day, like if I'm doing like steady state cardio or something, or clients doing steady state cardio, I'd like to give them fatty acids, so I'll give them more fat and I won't give them any carbs. That way their body's in a period of fat burning, and then towards their workout, that's when you have more carbs, because
I see.
not only is it going to be more efficient for fat burning, in my mind, the studies don't really show that, but I think there aren't a lot of studies on pro bodybuilders.
Right.
But it's definitely going to help with, if you give them carbs closer to their workout, they're going to have more energy to work out and they're going to feel better.
Okay.
So not
Yeah.
only, yeah,
Losing body fat for somebody like that is a bodybuilder, amateur, professional is one thing. You're talking about, a very small percentage of body fat. But when you have somebody that has, is 20, 30% body fat or higher, you really could just do a few changes and it's going to come off.
yeah, that's
Right.
true.
Like, you really just, I mean, even if you just take in less calories, or just be more selective with the food that you're eating, or incorporate a workout, or both, it's going to come off. Your body does not want to hold on to a large amount of body fat. It comes off, and it comes off quick. And then after some time, you'll probably hit a glass ceiling, but you really don't have to be that extreme. Just choose healthy food choices and you'll see it'll come off. I mean, I'm talking about somebody who is a regular guy, maybe has a dad bod or a little belly, or a girl that maybe, gained a lot of weight, maybe from childbirth, and aren't really into fitness or working out like we are. It'll come off, and that's why I hate when people say things like, "Oh, I tried that diet, it didn't work for me," and it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
I'm talking about regular people, not the extreme. When
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I ever followed a meal plan. It was like, oh my God, like
yeah,
difference, right? I'm sure you
yeah, big
remember.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
So
This
yeah,
next
maybe hire somebody. I mean, I think that's the best answer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no question about it. But you know, a lot of people, I mean, I'll be honest though, the general public, I mean, we're extreme, right? And the people that we talk to are extreme, and they know that what they eat and what they put in their body and the cardio and the working out, they know that it all is all encompassing into making the body the best you could possibly make it. But the general public, the majority of people, they really don't want to put in any kind of change or work.
Yeah.
And they'd rather be taken by the hand. And then there comes the fad diets, and then there becomes the personal trainers, and then so on and so forth, and or the excuses come out. I tried that, it didn't work for me, or I can't do a low carb thing. I don't have any energy. Everything is, some kind of an excuse or whatnot. But now we've talked about that before. But listen, if you don't change, it's not your body's not going to change. Period. That's it. So it's not, your metabolism. It's not your, bodily makeup. If you don't exchange, your body's not going to change. Period. End of story. This
Yeah.
other one, this question goes right into the former question is, how do I lose my stomach? So I think this guy is talking about um, spot reducing, which you can't, right? You can't spot reduce it. Go ahead. I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, I mean, apart from like you know, using something like Helios, which is yohimbe mixed with clenbuterol, and that's only going to work if you're like already very lean.
Mm,
Um, that would be a spot reduction method. Even taking yohimbe orally, it works on kind of the stubborn fat areas, but like you said, people are going to have spots that they're going to keep hold fat in, just genetically, and then they're going to have spots that are easier. That's why you'll see some guys on stage who can't get glutes,
mm,
or they can't get their lower back in, or there's always a spot that's the last to go, and that's just your genetic makeup.
mm,
So, yeah, I think apart from, like I said, the Helios, which is like you're already very lean to be using that, that's like the very last, or maybe taking some yohimbe that can help with the stubborn areas, but other than that, like you said, there's no way to really spot reduce fat. Maybe cool
yeah.
skull something, yeah. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really can't, it's and the guys that I'm talking about, the person that asked this question is a person from my job, and he's just has a belly. He's got a dad bod. So it's just you have again, because you can't spot reduce, you just have to choose a healthier food choices and then do some cardio and working out, incorporate a workout. This is like for regular people, for basic workouts, go to the gym 3 days a week, or do something that you enjoy doing. You don't necessarily have to go to the gym. If you like doing, mixed martial arts, if you like doing, if you like running, biking, anything, just to, start burning some calories and whatnot, and incorporating a workout on a regular basis, at least 3 days a week, and choosing, better food choices, then you'll see a difference. But I don't know. All right, here's another one: Primobolan versus Equipose. Which is a better bang for your buck, and which one is better to use in pre-contest, and which one's better to use in off-season? So, go ahead, I'll take it. You're the genius when it comes to this crap. So, go ahead.
um I, it's a tough question, better bang for your buck, because Primobolan's so expensive. So, I mean, it's like 2.5 times the price of EQ.
Yeah,
So, and then there's a lot of fake Primobolan.
yeah,
So, I don't think I would ever really suggest using Primobolan pre-contest, just because it may be test probe, unless you've tested it and you know for sure that it's real Primobolan.
right.
So I'd never really give Primobolan. I think there's better pre-contest steroids to use than Primobolan.
Hmm.
And EQ, I wouldn't use pre-contest either. You're going to get some water retention from EQ. EQ is essentially it's a testosterone based steroid, so it's gonna aromatize. Um, so I would not use that pre-contest. Um, and like I said, better bang for your buck. I don't really. I think EQ is probably better bang for your buck. I'm not a huge fan of EQ. I do use it because I can't really use Deca because I take finasteride.
Mm,
And if you mix Deca and finasteride, then you'll go bald faster. But I just use it for my prostate, but
mhm,
because it helps reduce this prostate size so you can pee easier. Like when I'm on a lot of tests, I have problems with that.
mhm.
Um, I would say I would say EQ is probably better bang for your buck, given that a lot of the Primo's fake. But I'm not really a huge fan of EQ either. So I don't know. It's a hard. I think if there was no cost involved, I would say I'd rather have real Primobolan for sure. But that's given it's real and
Yeah.
it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah. In Disneyland, yeah, I'd rather have funeral bowling, right?
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is, I don't really like either one too much. I never got much out of EQ. I usually just change it up if I was using Deca for a long period of time, and I only use EQ or Deca during an off season. But I don't have an off season anymore, but you know what I mean. Um,
Yeah,
where Primo was so expensive, and like you said, there's a lot of fakes. I don't even recommend it. I don't ever use it. It's just, to me, it's not worth it. I'd rather do something like Test and Deca than anything else. I know you can't use Deca, but I'm a big fan of Deca.
me too. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't even recommend Primo because it's so expensive. If somebody comes to me and says, I have Primo, I was like, all right, just
Yeah.
maybe get yourself a test kit that you can buy and see if it's real first, and the first question I ask is how much did you pay for it? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah. If
paid
it's not
set.
120 and
Yeah, it's
110,
garbage. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
right.
it's real. And I know we've talked about this. I told you this off air. We tested like a bunch of growth hormone, and I was thinking like all this growth hormone is gonna be fake. We didn't find one fake growth hormone. And then
Ah,
we tested a bunch of steroids, and like 5 out of the 6 primos was fake. And we found like fake MPP. There was fake Masteron. There was way more fake steroids, and the primo was like almost all of it was fake.
yeah, I could totally attest to that because now that I'm older, all I use is growth and test, and
Yeah,
yeah, I see great results with it. And I try to stay away from any other anabolics really, only because then I'm older and I don't compete and there's no reason for it. But I actually got one more question. I would like, because I know you're very knowledgeable about this, and I would like to have a bodybuilding question, bodybuilding involved with this, right? If I can say, what do you think of fasting, and is there any way fasting could be intertwined with like a pre-contest diet?
no, I don't think that. Well, it probably could, if you're on like even a local or a national level, because you're using so much steroids that you're not really going to lose muscle.
Mm-hmm.
But um you have your different protein sources. You have eggs. So whey isolate you can digest in 30 minutes. Eggs, 2 to 4 hours. White fish, chicken, 6 to 8 hours. Then steak, red meat, uh 24 hours. So you have to have all these protein sources, and you're timing them throughout the day so you have a constant flow of amino acids in your bloodstream, because
Mm-hmm.
you never know when your body's going to turn on muscle protein synthesis and going to want to build muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no idea. So randomly, boom, it could turn on. You have no available amino acids because the amino acids, the protein are the building blocks, and a protein is made up of amino acids. So if you have none of those in your system, then your body's going to go into muscle protein breakdown, and
Mm.
it's going to break down your muscle tissue to fuel whatever you're doing.
Right,
So,
right.
anabolic steroids obviously make a difference, but no, I don't think at a high level I mean, and even at a low level, like if you're looking at like what's the most optimal way to do this, there's no way that the fasting, that's the absolute least optimal way to
Okay.
yeah.
All right, that's pretty much what I thought, but I wanted it from you because I know you're very knowledgeable on the topic. And before we go, I want to know how you're doing, man. How's your ankle?
Oh, I'm having surgery Friday to have
Really?
screws removed. Yeah.
And
So,
then you're back to normal.
and I'm good. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll be walking in New York in May. So
oh,
I'm already
very
walking,
cool.
but yeah, I just can't wait to get the screws removed because then I can go back to the gym.
Oh, all right, good, 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 good. All right, sounds good, man. I'm glad to hear it, dude. Because that sucked. That really sucked. But
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
my
but
testosterone. You know what my testosterone was? 125.
whoa,
Just
really?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's only
They're
one
like,
way to solve that. So,
yeah. I'm gonna
uh,
keep it low until I get back in the gym, just on purpose.
all right, good, good, good. Yeah, then it's gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. Forget it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Before that again.
it's gonna be awesome. All right,
Yeah.
cool. All right, so then, Danny, thank you very much. I will see you Wednesday night for the recording of MD Muscle Talk, and that's it. Thank you very much. And this is the end of another Anabolic Academy. Later, guys.
Thanks, John.